ready? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Pistols and Petticoats of Arizona. Take it away, guys.
Two new girlfriends!
Yeah! Come on, sweetheart.
Modern Western. What we're going to do, we're going to present to you a free version of the Hollywood Western. The first version was called the B-Western Era. B-Western Era was made famous by people like Gene Autry, Tex Ritter. These actors were studio actors. They would hire out on a crowd track to a studio. They would have 10 to 12 films. Of those 10 to 12 films, they might make 3 or 4 westerns. Films made famous by John Ford, John Wayne. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the speed western shootout. Quiet on the set! Actors in place! Film to speed! Roll 'em!
Hey, dog runner!
Yeah, why?
I rode across the range this morning and seen some more of them stinking sheep of yours on that cow grass.
That's open range!
I said it's cow grass.
That's open range. I can run my sheep wherever I want.
I don't really think so.
Well, what you gonna do about it? Cut! And then, folks, what should be Western movies? How we get into the era that I'm particularly fond of. The spaghetti western. The Italian had a love for the myth and the mystery of the Southwest. But they also had a pleasure for drama. Films made famous by Lee Van Cleef. Directed by Sergio Leone. Made famous by Frank Eastwood. So we present for you the spaghetti western. Quiet on the set. Actors in place. Film to speed. Roll 'em.
Hey, dog runner!
Yeah, why?
I was out there riding the range again and found some of them stinking sheep of yours on that cow grass.
That's open range.
I say it's cow grass.
That's open range. I can run my sheep wherever I want.
I don't think so.
Well, what you gonna do about it? And that, where's your B-Master movie?
Check 1, 2.
Are your spaghetti
Check
western?
1, 2.
Quiet on the set! Actors in place! Film to speed! Action!
Hey, dog runner!
Yeah, what?
I was out there riding the range and I found some more of them stunning sheep of yours on my cow grass.
That's open range!
I don't care. I'm telling you it's cow grass. I'm getting tired of them.
That's open range. I can run my sheep wherever I want.
I don't think you can, mister.
Well, what you gonna do about it?
Actors in place!
Try it again.
Cut! Cut double! Cut! Actor!
Actor, please.
Right on the set! And action!
Cut. That's a wrap.
And that, folks, was your contemporary modern Western. As I said, the actors now make so much money that they can write, star, produce, direct, and they take points on their films. And they play an extended DVD version for packaging, collector's edition. They go behind the scenes. Hey! Hey! What are you doing? Hey! It's not on the script!
The Yuma Vigilantes, ladies and gentlemen. Good job, guys.
So the Wild West Tech with Keith Carradine and David Carradine showing off some tricks, and the biography channel coming up, I think, in the next couple months as well. Also look for a movie on the internet called Resurrection, where I'll be portraying the bad guy, and better things on the way. I was lucky enough to twirl guns for Kevin Costner just a few months ago, and we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, each one of these guns in my sight are very real. These are 45 caliber single action revolvers, the 1873 Colt Peacemaker. I'm actually spinning Cimarron models of the Colt. They've held up pretty good so far, and I've pretty much dropped them on everything. Each one of these guns weighs a little over 2 pounds, 2¼ pounds a piece, which is a lot of weight for the finger, the forearm, and especially coming up past my head a couple times in this show. So 2 things I will ask of you, the audience member. First of all, clap and scream and show your appreciation as loud as you can. All right. When you see anything closely resembling talent, Lord willing, will be everything I do. Besides that, if I get enough guts, coordination, and confidence to pull off my most spectacular trick involving me releasing the gun from the hand and allow me to place it exactly right where I wanted it, right there on the street, that's your chance to clap and scream twice as loud. Because hopefully, in my show, you will rarely see a move as thrilling as that. And with that said, for some reason, the Lord Jesus Christ offers to bless these hands of the town by throwing guns around. If that's what you want to see right now, warm me up with some applause, and we'll get rolling. Hey, and that's it. Thanks for coming out, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we will give you the entire show. Coming on over to the left hand just like that, because he is ambidextrous, folks. Look at him go. Over to the right hand, up around. Let go of that gun just a little bit over the arm and over the shoulder, just as slick as can be. And then back around to the other side. And then so as not to leave anything out. And then we use that utility cup moves like this. And shit and winky. All right, now, how many people have seen the movie Tombstone? All right. I had nothing to do with that movie. But it was pretty good. There was some nice gun handling scenes in the saloon with John Domingo ongoing and be the longest lap spin of all time. But as tough and innovative as that trick is, it's a cowboy trying to look tough and intimidating. Walking into town, you probably wouldn't look so good like this. You probably get shot right away. Every good gunfighter knew his gun inside and out. He can roll from hand to hand, shoot from hand to hand, or maybe for no reason take the gun, throw it up for a nice little pause in the left hand there for you. Over to the right, back around to the other side. Hey. And now a word of gun safety. Now that we are on the subject, this is for all the kids out there. This looks like a lot of fun, and it is. But do not go home and sneak into your mom or dad's closet and start playing with their guns, all right? These things are real. If they're loaded, they can be deadly. If this is something you do want to get involved with, please talk to your parents about it. Let them help you. Anyway, on with the show. We can also go over the top of the wrist with quick grabs and releases back and forth. Like so. Over to the left hand. And then we'll put it away a little differently with a reach around. There you go. Now sometimes people will say, how do you come up with some of your original moves? And sometimes I'll be home practice with the gun. It'll fall out of my hand in a very talented looking way. Here's one such move that didn't look this good the first time. And then we can do a little bit of a bounce trick. What we want to do is get the gun bounced up on top of the palm, so you can clap again if you like. Hey. But here's the real trick. Now on a good day, this might take 2 or 3 tries to pull off, so we'll see what kind of day we're having. We'll try to get the gun up on top of the palm, like so, without the aid of the left hand. And here we go. Maybe 2 today, or 3. I can do it better. There you go. All right, that's better. Now, when you just start twirling a 6-gun like I'm sure every normal kid does, right? Sure, actually, this is the result of growing up without a Nintendo. Parents, take note. The backwards spin about as basic as it gets for those of us that do try this sort of thing. And by the way of the guns, these are not modified or balanced in any way for this tricks. They are straight off the Cimarron factory shelf. You can feel when that handle comes around, start learning to grab it every time just like so. Then you can start doing a forward spin, which is just a little bit tougher. Then you can roll it back and forth. Using these 3 fingers here is kind of a springboard with the barrel. And if you can get them in and out of the way of the barrel quick enough, you go nice and fast. Thank you. Now building upon the premise of that backward spin, you can also start turning the wrist slowly but surely into a 90 degree like so, or a 180, or a 360 all the way around, or simply walk around that gun, keeping it rolling up until the end. I used to wait tables at Apple, used to do that with a train and just naturally making a gun swing right there. All right, now to the holstering part of the show, all the great cowboys in that silver screen had a real fancy way to go in and out of this holster. So they look especially good in front of that camera, because you can't do all these fancy tricks like that and then just find it like this, right? That's not to impress anybody. You gotta go on the nice smooth roll. Now so far in my show, I've been going through what we in the business call going in the front door, which instead of go backwards, it's the front of the holster like so. Thank you. After a while, get that whole timing issue down. You don't need to look down anymore. And then you can start rolling it out the back door like so. Going that way for a change of pace. I made up one of my own. We can come 90 degrees from the side, cut the corner at the last second like that. Or clicking more of the silver screen led to yourself, the Lone Ranger. He used to put a little pause and a 180 at the last second, take your gun, roll it back, and twist it in like that. But the greatest has got to be an old black and white TV series called Have Gun Will Travel. The main character's name was Paladin. He was a tough bounty hunter for hire. And when this guy put away his gun, he put it away every time just like this. Watch close, this took years to learn. Here we go. And that man had his own TV series. Anyway, now we get to the part of the show with the 2 guns and 2 hands. You guys saw plenty of tricks with the 1 hand concerned. You want to see what I can do it too? Alright, here we go. Both guns out of the holsters. Look at them roll. We can cut the corners like so. Double flat spins for your viewing pleasure. Up the center, around the side, and then roll them both home. There you go. Thank you. Now believe it or not, it took a while to get that left hand to follow the right, because I am right-handed to start off with, but after a while you get that whole mirror image thing going, you can get a little bit trickier. Watch close. The gun on my right will stop that gun and roll the opposite way. We can go nice and fast with that one, or we can slow it down just a little bit. We can come up high and out front. Or we can jump to the 1980s and over to Newark at the same time. Woo! All right, enough of that. Now you can get to a point in your gun-spinning career if that's what you choose to do with your entire life. Whereas you can get a gun twirling, like let's say this one on my left hand, enough we don't think about it much anymore. It becomes kind of a weird habit. You concentrate on over the arm, over the shoulder, or a trick like so, and that gun on the left just kind of takes care of itself. Now a lot of people say, man, that's two different tricks with two different hands, but to me that's just a basic twirl and a trick, two different tricks. We'll look a little more like this. We'll do a flat spin on the right hand, and whatever that is on the left, both sides of the brain working in unison and harmony. Then we'll get them around the body for no real reason. Put them away a little differently around the top and push both in. All right. There you go. All right, now to the part they use in a couple of old West movies called the border shift. Let's say every shot really needs to count, so you use your stronger, more accurate hand. In this case, my right hand. Fire all 6 shots. Now whatever you're aiming at, toss the gun over, keep shooting. Therefore, all 12 rounds with the same hand. So that is the border shift. So I guess this is a continuous border shift. And by now, I had been shot. So imagine 2 cowboys shooting it out, one from behind the barrel of the something, the other guy just doing that. Then also going over the shoulder, switch hands in front, and over the shoulder, border shift. Or a lot tougher, we can throw both guns at the exact same time, one up and one down, opposite ways. Keep in mind, I can only watch one at a time. And there you go. Now, if you can get all those transitions nice and smooth, you can do a little bit of all 3. Make those guns really come alive just before you die. Another way to switch hands and switch guns is the juggling border shift, which is just like it sounds. It usually ends there. You get to shooting. Can actually throw that both ways. Now, I've never juggled anything in my life besides guns. Strange childhood. Joined the NRA. And another way to switch hands and switch guns is first I'll reacquaint you with the move I did at the beginning of my act. It's called the barrel tap. Then you take the gun, half turn back up into 1 1/2 like so. And with enough wasted afternoons, you can do that. Now this next trick, very quick but very good, so we're going to do it on 3. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. One more time for those that blink, and this does make a terrific picture. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now believe it or not, I did that one on purpose, because I do want you to be ready, because it's bound to happen again. All right. Once you get that single outward spin by the handle down, you can start grabbing it by the barrel to an inward 1 1/2. Once you get that down, you can really make that gun come alive inside of your hand. And this next part of the show here, actually I'll jump back a little minute. The basics of twirling the gun, the backwards spin, little tiny circles with the finger, forearm, and hand to keep the gun steadily rolling backwards. A little bit tougher on the brain when you want to do that little circle outside of a big circle like that and continue the rotation of the gun, but it don't look good until both guns are doing it. Do some opposite spins of a different nature, get to about there, and then maybe all the way around. That doesn't happen every time. All right. And now to the final stuff, the over-the-shoulder work. So far in my show, I've been doing 1 shoulder, 1 gun, something kind of like that. I was a pretty good gunslinger in my younger days, like I'm so old now. But I had no over-the-shoulder capabilities, so I was very paranoid against hitting myself in the back of the head. And I already got a number of scars from my big brother. So, I stood outside on numerous occasions looking nothing like a cowboy wearing shorts, 2 6-guns, and an old motorcycle helmet. If you can imagine that coming down the street. The neighbors didn't quite figure it out, but hey. So we'll get that going a little smoother, and we'll start crisscrossing that gun. And if I didn't trust you, I could pull a gun out and keep it covered at the same time. And we can roll both over a shoulder, or a double, to a single, double, to a single. What the heck, both shoulders, both guns, clap now. All right. No matter I can look left and right, see the gun, reach on out and grab it and talk at the same time. This next trick will require me to look straight ahead and use just my peripheral vision as we'll try both guns, both shoulders at the exact same time. And, well, let's see if we can't drop both guns. All right, it's the last show. All right, this will testify to the durability of Cimarron firearms. I don't think they want me doing that with it though. All right, we'll give it a shot. We can't leave you with that. Good enough with the bandana in my face. Now that's usually the finale, but I'm going to throw in one last move for you there. Where no matter how bad that forward toss over the shoulder, I can see the gun, reach on out and grab it. All that hand-eye coordination stuff. Now we'll go for a backwards over the shoulder this way. 2 revolutions. Hopefully catching it by the handle, bringing it forward. This is a flying catch. The gun's just got to be here. The brand new trick to the gun spring world, which is not a big world. All right, we'll give it a shot. We'll go forward a couple times for you, and then we'll go for the backwards. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, that's trick and fancy gun hammer. I'm Joey. No thanks for coming out to see the show. All right, thank you everybody. Tombstone for putting this on, and Carl, Pat, Paul, everybody. I love you guys. Thanks for everything. And you'll have a great day. We got more entertainment coming up, so don't go anywhere. I will be here for as long as it takes to answer your questions, like why do you do this, things like that. Take pictures, sign autographs, and if you forgot your camera, for a small price, that's $3, I have some 8x10s you can hang on your fridge. And I'll autograph for free. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Mr. Joey Dillon, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for him. Thanks for coming out, Joey. We appreciate it.
Take care.
is gonna wait. It'll be short-lived.
What are you gonna do? I got the drug on you.
The rest of the law on the state, ma'am. You're not.
What's up?
They're off.
Okay. What are you gonna do? Shoot a woman? I don't think so.
No, but I can.
Stop. Come on, honey. Take them off.
Trying.
Put it away. Daddy, come here. Let me get you away. I can't find the right key.
No.
What? Are you doing all right? Just get him out of here. Get him out of here. Go. Hurry up.
All right, stop. I can't let you go.
No.
Whoa, 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 wait a minute. Hold on.
Shot a woman.
No, I'm scared.
Stop it. Daddy, she wants you to leave. She wants you to leave. Dad. We're going. Help me get out. Mommy, help me, Daddy. Get out. You don't need no fixing on us because I don't need no wishes then.
I just thought you were alone, sir. Good job.
Pistols and Putty Coach of Arizona, ladies and gentlemen.